The story that counts. We don't know how it begins. Our knowledge begins with the word. What came before and why? There are two possibilities in the face of darkness. We may hold up what we know, our knowledge, as the light of everything, as our supreme guide, as the ultimate in existence. Such is where we are. We might even deny that there is a light without end. Perhaps that is right. Perhaps there isn't. Our own light is all we have. Like a motorist driving on a dark road at night, we can see only so far ahead of us. And we don't really know where we are going. We have a dim conception of our destination. And eventually, we hope to arrive somehow. But this is night. One path blends seamlessly into another. Two contradictory routes intersect. The way goes astray without warning or explanation. We have been driving for such a long time in the night, resisting sleep, fighting our own weariness, that we have forgotten that there was a day where we came from, or that another day must be around the corner, is bound to arise. Our memory fails us. We know the world only as dark. We know the path only as linear. A broad highway where the street lights have failed. We have only our headlights to rely on. We switch between high and low beams, yet we cannot see very far. After a point, even the concrete divider separating us from the oncoming traffic disappears, and we are all on one road, a single path, coming or going, whizzing or whooshing past each other, each one desperately hoping to survive and somehow to reach. But where? The people who are driving have forgotten that they are driving, that they started out in order to get somewhere, that they wanted finally to arrive, that they had been perhaps a destination in mind when the journey began. Generations have come and gone on this extended trip. Men and women have made brief stops at cheap roadside motels to fuck. Women have delivered babies in the back seats of cars. Whole caravans of children have grown up dizzy on this endless ride. They have learned how to drive and maneuver on this impossible highway. They have taken over the wheel from their ancestors and continued on a freeway that is as free as an ex-slave in a slave country. While driving, they have managed to make many changes to the car. They have amassed upgrades, incorporated inconceivable innovations. Music players, television, live updates, automatic drive, and often a whole dance floor or swimming pool inside. And now the car begins to resemble an airplane, but still it doesn't take off. It remains grounded and wheels along on the metal surface of the road, awkward as an albatross.